Everybody, we're back there. We're back. Back. I got big announcements going on right now. Episodes. We're on the building. You already know what it is. So,
Yes, sir. We back.
back. Here's the two big announcements. So, right now, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss round 2 of the playoffs. Do for conference finals, which is start tomorrow. I think around like 8 something. And we will do another video coming up Sunday at 2:30. We will announce the awards. And then once the award is finalized, we will talk about that too. So, like I said, we're recording video about live video Sunday awards. That one. So don't forget the National College. I'm your fellow therapist.
Upright your hands.
All right. So apparently my laptop is dead, but we're gonna go on my phone for right now. So let's go ahead and get this drink started, man. How you feeling, man? What's going on with you, bro?
Amber's, hold on. In your background, you got your window open. You can't even see. You cloudy.
Okay, hold on.
That back window,
I'm gonna go
back
downstairs.
light or whatever. Yeah, there's just a lot of light. It just look cloudy.
Yeah. All right, my fault, yo.
But that room must got a lot of sunlight. That's good. Huh?
I said hi.
It's like, okay, there you
You
go.
hear me?
I hear you now. Yep.
How you doing?
Oh man, good. It's fucking hot down here. I'm in Charlotte. It's 85 today. 83.
Word.
Yeah. But I'll be up though.
Hey, man, look.
I'll be up for the holiday just for a quick little in and out.
Oh, okay.
I'll be there on Sunday. Maybe we can do the podcast Sunday. I'll be in Buffalo on Sunday. Next week.
All right, bet.
We're just coming in for a quick in and out for the holiday.
All right, bet. I will be ready. Hopefully,
what's good though? What's good? NBA going on. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, man. A lot is going on.
So wait, hold on. Before you start, Amherst, what did I tell you about the Knicks? What did I tell you when the series started? What did I say? I said, watch out for the Knicks.
Regardless, man. We already knew about that one, man.
I'm talking about when the Knicks first started against Boston. We all thought Boston was going to win, but I said the Knicks got it. I shot at it. I said if anybody could beat Boston, it would be the Knicks.
100%.
Yep, them boys, especially when Tatum went down. I know it was over, but even when Tatum went before he went down, they were still up in the series.
Right.
So shout out to the Knicks. Good job. I think the Knicks gonna beat Indy straight up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I got Knicks. It may go 6 or 7 just for the press, but I think the Knicks can pull it out.
Yeah, I think that too, because when I watched the whole Knicks versus Boston series, that right there, like that, because it got me thinking. Okay, cool, because last year the Knicks faced the Pacers, and you honestly could tell that there were a few injuries, going on from here and there. Jalen Brunson, he fell down. Josh Hart fell down. OG Nobi fell down, but he came back and then got hurt again. So it was just a lot of injuries that kind of ended their season against the Pacers. But seeing a healthy, structured team, and then you add an additional big like Karl-Anthony Towns, who can attack bigs like that, that's a really good look. So
absolutely,
when I'm watching that series, I'm like, okay, they won game one. Is game one. Everybody has high hopes for the Knicks, and I did too, because we knew what we were getting ourselves into this series against the Knicks and then Boston, because me, you, CP, we had a debate about this to see who won the series, or to see
Right,
what will it take and to what game the Knicks or Boston would win. So
right.
when we saw, what was it, like game five, game four, where Tatum fell down with a ruptured Achilles, he
Yeah.
was out pretty much for the whole, the whole playoff. So Boston won't stand a chance against any other team like that, because you don't have your star. Jalen Brown fell down short. He managed to
Well,
pull one
Jaylen
off.
Brown is a good number two. You know what I
Right,
mean? I don't think he could be a number one. I mean, he could be a number one, but he need a complementary player on that
yeah,
level. And
you do.
everybody else is three and fours, so they don't. You know, he could be a one with a strong two, or be a strong two with a good one.
100%, 100%. Yeah, I
But
I,
but
I
hey
was,
hey hey hey, but you gotta give my Knicks the correct name, the New York Knickerbockers.
bro. I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not saying that, dog.
The New York
Nigga,
Knickerbockers, baby. Let's
oh my
go.
god,
This is the correct name for all of our audience. The New York Knickerbockers.
that was the original name
This
before
is
they even
short.
went to the Knicks, y'all. That was the
Yes, and
original
we are,
name,
and Aramis, you already confirmed it. I told you, we talked about that before. The actual true name of the Knicks is the New York Knickerbockers. The Knicks is the short name.
bro. You good, man? Your connection went out.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, good, good, good. All right. So, but I was surprised that Denver lost in the game seven. I was thinking that
Oh my god.
OKC was going fall short, but they showed me something because they was in that spot last year, and now they overcame to the next level. So I think that uh, between them and Ant, I would give the edge to OKC right now. But Ant and them on a mission, so anything's possible when you got a team playing out of their mind. So if Minnesota get up early, it could be a possibility, like I said with the Knicks. But right now, I'm gonna go with OKC in the forefront until I can see the first couple games play out. Again, if Minnesota can catch one in OKC, because I think the first two games in OKC, I think that they will have a strong chance of making some noise in that series. But if Minnesota win, I think it would come down to a game seven, and then it will be all on Ant at that point.
Of course, yeah. I mean, we seen it. We seen it happen last year too, with Denver when it came down to the wire of it going to game seven, and all eyes were on Ant at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, like he swept KD 4-0. He swept KD 4-0 last year. Came into Denver's building, spanked them in game seven. He beat Jokic, the member of the MVP award, and then this year he fell short against Dallas, and then this year he's on a run for a potential championship for the first time in his career as a 23-year-old NBA player,
Yeah,
right?
he definitely standing tall right now. So,
Yeah.
and if you can be a veteran, remember I told you in any game seven, I would always pick the veterans. Period. But in this case, he showed me that he ready to take that next level because if you can beat a veteran in a game seven at home, you're talking big now. You stepped up your level. His stock has increased in the NBA.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Uh, I I pose a question to you. I got two questions for you, and this is the question that I got in my thoughts that was said, as far as like conversations that went around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kendrick Kendrick Perkins said this too, and then I'm gonna say something else, but I'm gonna go with what Kendrick Perkins said. So after the Knicks series with Boston, right? Just hit him. Came down with a ruptured Achilles as they announced, and they blew Boston out of the water in Game 7. It's a straight blowout, 38-point game. Do you think? And this is what Coach Perkins said. He said that the Knicks, if they keep playing like this, they can win the championship overall. Do you think Knicks are capable of getting a ring?
Put it like this here: if Knicks make it, I got Knicks all the way.
You
Period.
got this all the way?
Period. Knickerbockers all the way. Yep, Knickerbockers. And the only reason why I say is because you know, if Ant and them come out, that's a young team, and OKC is a young team. So
Yeah.
then it comes down to styles. So SA can get hot, all of that, But at the end of the day, if 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 it comes down to it, I think the Knicks still play a physical set of ball where they can slow the game down a little bit. And if you slow the game down a little bit, that hurt to me. It hurts OKC. And then if it's a slowed up game, where it's not run and gun, I
Yeah.
think actually Ant-Man would have a better chance against it if the Knicks make it. Would be able to play, you know, uh, a little more physical with them because of the matchups. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I think that OKC, it'd be one of the things like if Knicks played against OKC, it would be like, okay, the Knicks would have to slow the game down. If they slow the game down, then OKC would have a tougher time running a set. You know what I mean? But OKC to me, they just want to get out and run. And if they can manage to stay and keep a fast paced game, then none of the teams that's in the Final Four right now can have a chance to get them if it's a track meet, in my opinion.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that just OKC is just a fast paced, up and down team. They like to get up and down the court. And if it comes down to a more physical game, any physical game is going to represent. Hold on a second. Yeah, yeah. Where you going to go? Hold on one second, Emirates.
All right.
I only need a few more minutes. Where you going to go?
All right. So yeah, I mean,
I just think that if it goes a fast paced game, then OKC is favored all the way around. If it's a slowed up game, then it's going to favor the East because uh, uh, Indy can play a physical game and they're young. You know what I'm saying? So even for the Knicks ain't gonna just blow by Indy. That ain't just gonna happen. It's gonna
no,
come down to where the coaching.
from the
Here
game.
we go
Yeah.
back to coaching because you got to get them young boys to slow down. And when you get them young boys to slow down like that, um, it's gonna come down to matchups and can you get somebody in foul trouble and mistakes, turnovers and things of that nature is how the Knicks I think can pull that thing out, in that kind of way and they have an excellent coach. Not to say that Indy coach is not good too, but I'm just saying, you got a few more veterans on the Knicks than you do on Indy this deep in the playoffs, and none of them really have been deep, but it's just the style of play. So to me, the style of play, physical play, favors the East.
Yeah. I mean,
It just favor the East, in my opinion. And the physical play favor the East by far. But
yeah,
if it's a run
yeah.
and gun, I gotta go OKC.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think that series will be another. I think that will be a game 7, just because I recently looked at the regular season matchups against OKC and Timberwolves, and in the last 7 games that they matched up, both of them have won games back to back. Like OKC has won one, then Minnesota will win one, OKC will win one. Like they both would beat each other consistently back to back. So
Mhm.
I definitely think that this Game 7 series won't be a blowout, but it'll be a tight game. It'll be a close game all game series long. So I definitely think this will be a Game 7 series, but you never know. This is the playoffs. Everybody, you
If
know what I'm saying?
anybody, if anybody get up 2-0, it's over
Yeah.
in any
If
series.
if you go up 2-0, especially, you know what's worse? Giving up giving up two home court games 0-2 against an away team. That's how you
It's
know it's
over.
clearly over.
If it go
That's how you
3-1,
know.
it's over. If it go
Right.
2-0, it's over. And if anybody can get up 3-1, it's over.
Yeah.
Now, when I say it's over, meaning that they might stretch it a few more games, but the team that's up in the series by 2-game lead is going to win that series. And you know, so I don't really see anybody that I would project to do that. You know what I mean? I don't think nobody gonna go up 2 games in this series. I think it's gonna be like 1-1, 2-1, like that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Of
Two
course.
two, 3-2, like that. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
3-3 kind of. It's only gonna be a 1-game lead. I think it'll go trade off. But if anybody can manage to jump up a game, it's a pretty much a wrap.
Of course. Of course.
Because
Yeah.
of the
I.
pressure. Yeah, remember, this is going to be the first time that we got new teams in the NBA Finals, all
Yeah. Yeah.
across the
I
board.
was just about to say that. I was just about to say that. Yeah. This is the first time that we've got different teams. 'Cause usually it would be like Miami or Cavs, Warriors, or OKC, Rockets. You know, like some of the standard teams, Spurs, like some of the standard teams that has been there back to back. Now we got OKC, the Knicks, Pacers, and then you got Minnesota. So it's like, okay, out of these final four, like who do we think as fans are gonna make it out of that four? Like what team do we see is going to win it all?
I
Now,
mean, the most wild card matchup would be Indy versus Minnesota. That would be
Indiana
the
versus
least to me. I think that's the least percentage
mm,
because Knicks got to be favorite in the. If they're not favored, I would say Knicks is favorite for that series and OKC is favorite. And, you know, that's just my opinion. I think
oh
they
yeah,
favorite.
100%. Okay, see,
So I
definitely gonna be
think that
favored.
I think that if Minnesota could come out and Indy come out, then those would be the underdogs. And then, you know, then I think if that happened, you would set the stage for the next coming who would have a chance to be in position to be the face of the NBA. A lot's riding on this because we got new blood.
100%, 100%. And they all young bulls too. They all
Yeah, yeah, no doubt.
they all young. Ant's
No doubt.
23. I think Shay is like 20 something. I don't know how old he is, but
Yeah. I think the oldest one in there is Anthony Towns because he played from another team and traded and all that.
oh yeah, yeah. So he's a vet.
Yeah, he's a veteran, but that's why I say you take him and Brunson, it's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard, and you get the young boys' energy, and you know, the way the Knicks have to keep playing a physical brand of ball, and then that bench play because to me the Knicks got a lot of bench play on that Boston series, and which was good because now them boys got confidence coming into this next championship round.
Right.
And that's going to be big because if the Knicks can call on the bench and give them strong bench play, because remember, as the games continue to go forward, the rotations tightens up.
Yeah.
And ain't coming out no more. Period. He ain't getting no more rest. Period. Unless he in foul trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
And then it's over. It's it.
but I really think that the Timberwolves are really gonna have a hard time, like trying to stop Shea, because Shea is known for getting people around him in foul trouble. So he's gonna find some way to get in foul trouble because he's gonna try to put his body on him and then get to follow Shea. So and that's what Shea is known for doing. He knows for setting up his opponents into getting them in foul trouble, getting him to the free throw line and getting them shots up. And
Well, this is
then
why. Remember when I talked to you and we had it last week, I was telling you, hey, it's going to come down to where coaching come in. And remember we were talking about the hack a shack and all of these different things.
yeah,
Here's where things come into play where, you have to have some kind of run. Thank you. Thank you. You have to have some kind of run specifically geared towards him. And it ain't a disrespect to the game, but it's coaching. Because right now, remember when I told you for the Hacker Shack, I got, you know, 15 fouls on the bench to give. Keep him on the line. I don't want to hurt him because I don't want to be making it seem like that you're trying to degrade the game and hurt somebody. But I want it to be physical so that it takes a toll physically so that, it's draining him in that way and take some of that energy down. Not to hurt him, but just to play physical and say, hey, ain't nothing easy. You come down here in the paint, you go into the line, and every time you come into the paint, people picking you up off your butt.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And then, you ain't gonna get but so many games like that. Like I said, Knickerbockers and Minnesota is a physical team, so those kind of come into play. Thank you, babe. That's where those come into play where you can, the physicality will start wearing on you, at this point in the season. You know what I mean? But again, not to hurt nobody, but just to bring the physical aspect to it so that nothing has come easy. You know what I'm saying? And then if you get that kind of play, it favors the more physical teams because those teams ain't running up and down. You know what I mean? I'm distracting the flow of the game because those kind of series now we should start to see an average of about 20, 30. I would say 30 or more free throws per game. And if it's 30 or more free throws per game, it slows the game down.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be 30 or more in order to slow that game down. Because if not, then it's just free nilly willy, hey, all of that.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah. I mean, when you're facing when you're facing a team like OKC, the way they've grew throughout the years, the way have they like found ways to get better, it has been like it has been amazing too because watching them this whole regular season, the way how they play, the way how they like how they because the amount of chemistry that OKC has is phenomenal because it's like you can't stop Shea because his thing is that if he can't if he can't go to the basket and score a bucket, he's gonna try his way to get you like get a foul, and it's hard not to get a foul because it's either gonna be a flop or it's not. And on top of that, you got Chet Holmgren and then Hardenstein. Like you got both of those boys.
If I was coaching, I would actually first game double double him the whole game and see who else gonna beat me.
Right, because you got Jalen Williams, you got Chet, who is probably your secondary guy, but if you double Shea, man, that boy ain't going nowhere, man, because you got other guys in the backcourt trying to like guard
Yeah.
Chet, and then Hardenstein is probably gonna have to set Shea a pick. So
Yep.
you gotta, what I'm saying, like you gotta play
If
some
I
kind
was
of
if I was Minnesota coach, I would double him. Get him at the line, physical play, and then on the offensive end, I would go everything in the paint and play inside out instead of outside in. So then that way, you force them bigs to get in foul trouble, and you double an essay on the wing every play, and then I will roll the dice and see where I can be at later at that point because if I can get any kind of even Ant, everything for Ant should be drive to the basket first, looking post up mid range game, and then pop out to the three just to put the pressure. I would Minnesota to me. If I was coaching, I would put as much pressure in the paint and inside play as possible. And then at the end of the day, I'm picking up SA full court the whole game. When he crossed the line, when he crossed half court, now he's going into a double.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you seen that. You seen it all game long against Denver. They really have to have either Westbrook or court and be able
Come on, man.
to
Yeah, hold on. I'll be done.
and be able to like lock him up. So you like
Yeah. And you're not gonna
like
lock him up. It's just make him work harder. You want him to work harder early, not later. Early, 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 early. You know, not hard fouls, but good, solid. I'm not
yeah,
giving
you
you a
wanna
shot, earn it on the line type thing. And when I say
right,
no little touch foul, I'm talking about contact foul. But again, not to hurt somebody, but hey, let you know we here. And you're gonna
right.
have to get that every time you come down here, unless you pulling a three and you shooting Steph Curry shit. Other than
Yeah,
that, nope. If you cross that 3-point line, it's body on body. Ain't no fingertip, none of that.
yeah. I think it's and I'm gonna say this too because this is why I think I got Minnesota winning this series. I initially think that Minnesota can beat OKC, but it ain't gonna be easy. But I know it's gonna be a dogfight, and I know that each team the Ant faces, they got that team winning that whole series, like the ratings and the fans, and like they got same thing with LA. They had LA winning that whole series, and guess what Ant did? He proved everybody wrong because they weren't
They
because
had everybody seeing a problem with the Lakers series. They would have everybody on hype
of
because
course.
you got LeBron, old guard LeBron, who's still thinking he can pull one off. And then you bring Luca. And then the problem with that team was where was the D at? Because remember I told you before, who defending the paint?
Nobody.
And you know what happened.
All right.
And that's just why I try to tell people, this is the second season that the game changed because now, it's a 7-game series. We got coaching involved. We can put strategic things in play, and it favors a defensive game. When you need be. Just like when Knicks beat Boston the last game, the game before that, Boston gave everything they had to make it to have another chance. And it's hard to give back-to-back performances like that
Mm-hmm.
because you're tired. And you remember the bumps and bruises along the way. Whereas if everybody just running and gunning and ain't nobody trying to get hurt, nobody ain't trying to get hurt, but ain't nobody playing the extra mile is what I would say. Where they giving it up on the play. Watch the games now. You're gonna see who's still diving for loose balls on the ground, who's going, turnovers and steals. That the boxes in the other categories is going to be the difference. And the first big category is to watch for is turnovers.
Right.
Turnovers, and then the refs, so what's gonna happen is you can change the way the refs look at it by forcing the refs to call fouls. And the way you force them to call fouls, you start that physical play up front. The refs gonna get in there and try to keep control of the game. And now they're watching. I got your attention, Mr. Ref. I got your attention. And
Mm-hmm.
now that's very important because you know if Minnesota wants to win, they better start hearing a whole lot of that. Because if it ain't no, that means they up and down the court. That doesn't favor Minnesota.
Right.
Okay, I follow you. So you know
Right.
what I'm saying? That doesn't favor Minnesota if you don't get no whistles. I bet you in that Knicks and Indy series gonna be a whole lot of whistles.
Oh, a whole lot of them. A whole lot of them. A whole lot.
Whole lot of whistles.
You know why? Because they're like the reason why me and you both agreed there will be a lot of whistles because that's a heated team.
Yeah,
They're both are gonna
that's a
go at each other's
rivalry. That's a
necks.
rivalry team. That's a
Right.
rivalry. That
Right.
series goes back to you see in the stands Patrick Ewing and them against Reggie Miller. That series
Hmm.
go way back that far.
So yep, that's
OKC
a
and Minnesota
rivalry.
ain't no
Rivalry.
rival like that. So that puts
Nope.
that whole series in a whole nother light. Physical, you're gonna have all of the stars out. All the stars gonna be out anyway. But that New York series, woo! Promise you.
Yeah.
The whole city
Yeah.
gonna be outside the arena, and everybody, all the stars is gonna be in the arena.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that series happen. Like now. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. But I am also. I feel like I feel like we're both going to witness two great 7 game series between the Knicks and Pacers and Minnesota and OKC. Um, I really think that Minnesota can do whatever it takes to win that series, and I got Knicks winning against Pacers, but it probably won't go down to either game 6 or 7. I'm gonna say 7 just because it went to 7 last year, and it'll probably go to seven
I'm gonna come pick
game.
you up.
And for OKC in Minnesota, I believe that game will go to game 7 series. I feel like
So
that'll
who you
be
got here? But you got Ant Man winning the
yeah.
OKC series, and then you got who you got Knicks or you got Indy.
I'm gonna have to go with the Knicks. Always go with the Knicks.
Okay. So now if that pans out, who you got if OKC, I mean if Minnesota play the Knicks, who you got for that?
Minnesota versus Knicks in the finals.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go with Ant. I
It'll
got
be a
Ant
good one.
winning. I got Ant winning that one in the finals if they do make it. I got Ant winning regardless. Doesn't matter who it is. I got Ant winning.
So you're gonna go with the hype. Yeah, I mean that's not bad,
I
that's the
got Ant.
completion of the Cinderella season for him.
Yeah, I think it's because like when you look at it, in a dog man. So it's like he he got that mentality where it's like, yo, like we gonna set the world straight. All right, ain't none of this. Oh, LA gonna get a ring. Oh, Warriors gonna get a ring. Oh, this and that. Like no, like you feel me? Like I came from you know. I came from the bottom. I'm gonna make myself all the way to the top, and then I'm gonna prove everybody wrong that I'm the truth. I'm him, and I'm gonna shut everybody down. I already shut LeBron, Luca down. I shut
Yeah,
uh, Curry down, and Draymond and Jimmy. I shut all of them down. Now I'm about to shut everybody down, and I'm gonna win.
yeah.
So
Now from that perspective, it would be something to see if Ed could go in and finish out the changing of the guard, so to say. It would be something to see if that was the case.
yeah, well, we'll see how this series goes, man. Because I think tomorrow is the first game of the conference finals. I think it's the Knicks and Boston. No, I think it's the Knicks and Pacers. I believe. But
Okay, they start right away. Yeah. Well, I guess it is time. It's getting right there. It's about to be the
yep,
holiday. Yeah,
it's
it's getting right
already
there.
already there.
So
All
let me
right.
ask you a question off topic. Did you see the WNBA got started up and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark going at it right away?
Oh
Hard
my
five,
God, I
right
actually
away.
seen that. I actually seen that. What? So okay. So look. Here's what we gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do because now we're close to any the NBA season. This is what we're gonna do. So every Sunday we're going to be talking. We're going to be doing all of the WNBA, and then once the conference finals ends for the NBA, then we'll get into that. So
Okay,
I
sound
know the
good.
WNBA just started, this this coming up Sunday, we will speak on the WNBA,
Okay.
and then at the end of the NBA, we will address the NBA awards. We will
I
discuss
will,
that.
I will save something because I looked up a couple things, so I will save my piece to Sunday.
Yeah, save
But
it
I
for Sunday,
definitely
man.
have some
Save it,
stuff that
save it,
I
man.
did
Because
some fact checking on all of some good topics on that WNBA with
of course,
Angel
man.
Reese and the love hate relationship that she has with the fans because a lot of us love her and a lot of them hate them, and the same
Oh
thing with
my
Cable Car.
god,
So I
yo,
did some facts on that.
yo, I got some yeah, I got some notes and stuff on that situation too. So we're gonna save that for Sunday, and then we're gonna get
Okay.
right to it. Hopefully we can get CP on the show, man. We can get all three
Oh
of
yeah, yeah.
us.
No, we got CB on the show, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
and
yeah.
then uh and then the draft. When is the draft? Isn't the draft NBA draft coming up?
Um, yeah,
NBA draft
actually,
it didn't happen yet, did it? I don't think so.
no, it didn't happen yet.
Yeah, because I'm about to say they gotta have a draft so they can figure out where Cooper Flag going and all of that.
Oh, I know, man. I know where he going. They already
Yeah,
addressed it where he's
because
going.
you see how we were talking about Dallas and they gave up Luca, and now all of a sudden you got the least amount of chance to win the lottery, and you're gonna get the number one pick.
No, they won the
How
lottery.
ironic is that? The Dallas Mavericks lose advantage on a wild trade, and then you turn around the very same the end of that season, and you get the number one pick.
Yeah, and then you're getting Cooper Flag, and Cooper Flag is the number one pick, so he's going to Dallas 100%.
But how ironic is that? Number one pick, and you just gave up Luca, and then now you're replacing and not to put race in it, but now you're putting the great white back hope in there and putting in Cooper Flag, white boy.
He's
And
six
remember,
foot
CB
seven,
touched
bro.
on it. He went to a game, and there was a lot of little white kids with jerseys on for Luca. Now you're gonna switch them out and put Cooper Flag jerseys on.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how that
Shout
goes,
out
man.
to
'Cause
him
we
though,
got
because he is by far to me should be the number one pick. He should be the number one pick, but it's just something to see that you lose a top five player, and then the market is such you luck up and get the number one pick. Is it luck or is it conspiracy?
it's compared conspiracy. It ain't luck though, because we already knew how this is gonna happen, man. We already we knew this was gonna happen. We knew Nico Harrison was gonna be behind it, and he got excited that they got the first overall pick. So in the first round, so we knew this was gonna
And
happen.
and going to Dallas is a good franchise.
It is a good franchise. It really is.
To get CP back on here because I got so much to say. And remember when he was talking about when CP was talking about uh uh Mark Cuban gave up the rights to the team or sold the team because they was going to try to put the gambling. And if you look at the media, and you can fact check this, Aramis, Mark Cuban is in the market to buy another professional team.
For real?
I'm just saying. I look your computer that you go check it out. I just saw this
Oh, yeah, I'm
like
gonna check
yesterday
it
or the
out.
other
What the
day.
hell?
Mark Cuban just announced that he is in the market to buy a professional team, and they tried to downplay it by saying it could be an NFL team, NBA team, or soccer team. And we all know we just had this conversation with CP, and he was saying that the narrative is they trying to see if they can bring the gambling over there, and the boys from the people from Vegas bought the team, and then
Yeah, okay, so, yo, your thing's all staticky. So
He disclosed which profession, but we all know that he know basketball.
Your things are staticky, bro. It's so staticky.
You, huh? Can you hear me, Hermes? Can you hear me? Hold on, I might be breaking up. Hold on, I'm sorry. If I'm breaking up, my bad. Can you hear me now? Okay, let me jump out and jump back in.
All right. Well, I mean, the whole the whole situation behind this too is when I think that the Luka trade behind Nico Harrison, I was okay. So you get rid of Luka, you get Anthony Davis. Now Kyrie Irving is now at one time, you option one as a point guard. You got AD, and now you have a lottery pick. So
Can you hear me now?
used to do it again. So yeah, so you have a lottery pick now. You're in the spot of getting Cooper Flag, which is one of the best uh college NCAA players in in college right now, playing with Duke. So you got a really good player in your hands, Dallas. I hope y'all don't fumble the bag with him at all. I hope y'all don't, because if y'all do, you just messed up two really good potentials that can really, like secure the deal with you guys for real, for real. Because you gave up Luca for a defensive type so that you can, get you a ring finally. It's gonna take you a while to get you a ring, man. But honestly, your chances are low. But if you get Cooper Flag, please don't mess this up with Cooper Flag, man. Please don't mess it up. Don't let this man wait till he's like 25 years old and then you trade him, and then you try to get somebody else in the trade block or whatever. Um, but this is going to be the end of the video. I had to get stuff going. I have to do a couple of things, so we're gonna end this short. But stay tuned for Sunday at 2:30. We'll be covering the WNBA, and then once the conference finals is completely over, then we're going to discuss stats. But for right now, we are now going to be talking about the WNBA. The season just started, so we didn't miss much. But we will discuss um the whole season of the WNBA, and then once the NBA is over, we will discuss the schedule type for when we will be talking about the WNBA. Like what days are we gonna be doing, or are we gonna be doing the same thing? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out the way we do the episodes. So I'm going to be starting the music so that way we can get up out of here. I don't know if that's my phone or what, but let's see how. That's weird. what's going on with my phone. It was making that weird static music. But it's all right. Got the music going. If the video comes out looking like staticky and glitchy a little bit, I apologize. I am on my phone right now. My laptop is dead. I didn't charge it, so it ended up dying on me before I started the show. So I hope next time I will have that fully charged, and then it'll be better quality for you guys. So just bear with me. But I appreciate you guys, subscribing to the channel. I would love to have more subscribers and viewers, so please share this and definitely give me more viewers and subscribers so we can grow and get better accomplishments on this channel. And then we're looking forward to the WNBA content, so stay tuned to that. And then I do have a special guest coming into the show soon, so please stay tuned to that. And I want to get the other guests on here soon. So there's gonna be 2 guests coming on the show. Hopefully we can get at least one of them on here, and then the other one on the next sooner or later. So my co-host has some difficulties with his internet and his phone, so we're gonna stay for him. But appreciate you guys so much. And then I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. And then so in the back of knowledge, I am your co-host Aramis. And we got this thing. Peace, y'all. Have a good one. Love y'all.